It's Ghostacles 12!
Yay! Ghostacles 12?
I know.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my.
That's so cool. I love it. It feels like we've been doing them for a week.
I know, they're fun.
And yeah,
it feels like we're just hanging out and reading scary stories to each other.
Which we do anyway.
I know. That's what we
now
do.
There's just a mic in front of me.
Yeah, so thank you guys for giving us material and
super awesome.
More of a reason to hang out.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
What are we starting with today?
It's me.
Go
I'm
for it.
starting with Garrett.
Garrett.
First, let me say, this is Jamie talking, not Garrett, that I love it when people have an experience and they immediately message us.
I love it. We're like becoming the hotline.
I know. We're like the hotline.
That makes me feel good.
I know. So with that in mind, this catwalk glide striding creepy piece of shit just glide strode past my window. Oh my God. That's how it starts. All caps. It's amazing.
Wait, say that all again, please. I know. I caught the tone, but not all the words.
This catwalk glide striding creepy piece of shit just glide strode past my window. Oh my God.
It makes me think of Right Said Fred. I'm too sexy for my shirt. Too sexy for my shirt.
Too sexy for my body. Uh-oh. Okay, so here we go.
I'm too sexy for corporeal form. Too sexy for corporeal. That kind of spoils the rhythm, but anyway.
So there was a figure that just walked past my window on a catwalk that I have never seen anyone use ever. I don't know how to get up there or if anyone can, but holy shit, you two. He was missing his legs below the knees, but he was striding like he was walking. No one saw him save for me.
So technically he wasn't missing anything.
Well, his legs below the knees. He just...
But he didn't sound like he was missing
He wasn't missing it, but Garrett was definitely missing it. He would have appreciated some full legs.
Poor Garrett. I feel so bad. And he's like, you guys, what the fuck are you doing to me?
Sorry, not sorry. No one saw him save for me because I'm the only one in this little atrium area. He was wearing 80s-ish clothes and he was carrying a brown messenger bag. People dress weird here, but no one is that brave.
But a brown messenger bag?
But, I mean,
come on.
Ridiculous. That is brevity.
Clearly a ghost.
Who would? No.
He was wearing something from Gadzooks.
I think it's probably about walking on a catwalk. So he was so chill as he walked, not caring that he should have run into a door at the end of the hall. He simply went through the solid wood panel door without opening it, I might add. I only panicked slightly because this is the same building where I saw the girl with the gouged out eyes in the bathroom. Morrison Hall is haunted and no one can change my mind. The lady with no eyes in the bathroom and now no knees on the catwalk.
I love he gives the ghosts names like an Italian gangster. He's like,
no eyes and no knees over there.
That's Regina No Eyes. And that's Ronald No Knees.
There's something funky about this building. It used to be a dorm hall at one point, I think. I can't believe I'd had so many experiences here in broad daylight. It's so strange. I need to investigate this building. I need to know what's been happening, or rather has already happened here. This is too good to just let go. Yes, Garrett, it is.
Please, do some research.
Find out what happened and let us know, because that's amazing.
Did No Knees fall from the catwalk?
Did No Knees gouge out No Eyes' eyes and then
stride across the catwalk singing
Right Said Fred
to himself?
He's too sexy for her eyes. That's dark. That's dark, and I'm sorry. I never should have said that.
Save it for the writer's room, Jamie. Save it for the writer's room.
This catwalk glide starting creepy piece of shit just glide straight past my window. Oh my God.
Oh, that was great. That was my favorite opening ever.
It was so good. Okay, so you're next.
I'm not going to compete.
But yeah, Garrett, we want more. We want more.
Okay, this comes from Jacob. Jacob says, my family is on the house I lived in since the early 80s. It didn't work.
It doesn't work. It has to be in all caps.
Jacob says, my family has owned the house I live in since the early 80s. This being said, there are a lot of supernatural experiences that have happened in this house, so I'll probably have to submit multiple stories over time. Be our guest. Yes. The first story I want to share isn't necessarily a ghost story, but a testament to the power of the mind. One day, my father and uncle were talking about an urban legend that my uncle had heard about. The urban legend stated that if you have a picture of the Last Supper on your wall, you may wake up at 3 a.m. in the morning to the sounds of dishes clinking and people talking. I have never heard that urban legend before. Random. If you happen to wake up to this and you decide to look at the picture of the Last Supper, you may be shocked to see that Jesus and the apostles were moving, cleaning dishes. That's nice of them. The morning after this discussion at 3 a.m., my father woke up to the sounds of dishes clinking and people talking. My father was a smoker and often woke up in the middle of the night to step outside for a cigarette, but never heard anything like this. He got up and headed down the stairs. In his peripheral, he could see a picture hanging on the wall parallel to the stairway. He quickly cupped his hand over his peripheral and walked out the front door directly in front of the bottom of the stairs. Like, fucking, I'm going to go smoke. I don't need this shit.
Blockers.
After a few moments to wake up, my father realized, we don't have a picture of the Last Supper. Well, then the urban legend's a little okay. He opened the front door and was greeted with the sight of a picture of me. His mind had convinced him that a ghost story that he heard had become a reality. What's more, my father told my great-grandmother the story because she, in fact, did have a picture of the Last Supper on her wall. Her reply to the story was, well, I guess that mine is broken because I'll... Well, I guess that mine is broken because I've never had that happen to me. It's like people returning like this Last Supper photo to the shop going, this thing is broken. I'm not getting any movement. Yeah. I'll be sure to submit more of the weird little things we actually have experienced, but I wanted to share this story because as a firm believer in ghosts, it always reminds me to have a skeptical edge when things happen that you can't explain, and I think that is an important thing to have. I agree 100%.
But what did your father hear then?
Well,
if
that's
he heard
what he's
dishes
saying.
And stuff being cleaned.
Well, that's what he's saying. He's just, they had been talking about it, and so he was just kind of, I assume the implication is that the dad was just kind of carrying that with him, like that was a projection of his dad's, because he and his uncle had been talking about that urban legend earlier in the day.
He didn't actually hear anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
But do we ever actually hear anything?
Oh, God.
Isn't it all in our minds, Jamie? Reality is what we've just agreed upon?
I mean, yes. This is where we bring Jack in and you guys can talk about all of that stuff. And Brandon and I will go look. We will go look at videos of puppies and it will be amazing.
And Jack and I will discuss the philosophical underpinnings of sharing videos of puppies. That's
right. It'll be great. Everybody wins.
The ontology of puppy videos. What's not communicated to our listeners is the flight attendant smile you just gave me. Like, thank you for flying.
So
have
great.
A nice day.
I hope you guys have a lovely day.
Yes, enjoy your stay.
But yeah, skepticism is good, I think, because
you have to be skeptical. Otherwise, you're scared of everything all the time.
Yeah.
When it's like there's nothing there.
Right, or you believe everything, no matter what it is.
Yeah.
And you don't want to be that person either, because then people will take advantage of you, regardless. But
yes.
Okay, Mary. She's the next one. So, the ghosts who have attached themselves to me love your podcast.
Oh, we're getting fans from the other side.
I know.
We've broken through.
We have. We're next level now. Next level. When I'm at home, I like to listen. I know. When I'm at home, I like to listen to your podcast while I chill in my room. Here's some backstory for context. I have at least 3 ghosts in my home. The first is a brat. They are tall and lean with white eyes and a white smile. They like to randomly wake me up in the middle of the night by putting their face right in front of mine while being crouched over my bed. My response is to groan and roll over while pulling my covers over my head. Logical. I like it. Also, the brat probably can hear us right now if you're listening in your house.
So we don't necessarily agree with that assessment of you being a brat. We don't know you.
That is a personal opinion. The second one constantly has the zoomies, a.k.a. running around my house. That's what they call when the dogs get zoomies, like after you give a dog a bath and they go nuts running around. Or
we call it the Frenchie freak out hour.
Yeah. Zoomies is the actual word for it.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah.
There's an actual, like...
Yeah, and when they just run around and, like, need to get out all of this energy, it's called the zoomies. And so, yeah, the second ghost gets the zoomies. I've never seen them clearly. They seem stocky and average height, 5'9". That is a giant to me. They like to run behind me, so I catch them running in the mirror on the wall in front of the armchair I normally swat in. Probably sit in. I doubt she swats in that chair.
She might swat in it.
Maybe she has a lot of flies. Maybe she likes to illegally send SWAT teams on people. I doubt it, though. So this ghost, whatever the shadowy, tall, stocky figure is...
Tall, stocky.
Tall and stocky.
5'9"
tall to
is
me.
Taller to you.
It is. I'm almost 5'4", you guys. They like to run behind me, so I catch them running in the mirror. Oh my gosh. I can just think about like something constantly running behind you. Yikes. Okay, sorry.
It's got the zoomies.
It's got the zoomies.
But when you say it like that, it's not as terrifying. It's cute.
That's true. The chair also has a perfect view down the hall that leads to my room, where this ghost likes to run as well. The first time I saw them, they ran out of my grandfather's room and across the hall down a blind corner towards my room and the bathroom. The hallway makes an L shape, with my room and the second bathroom being hidden behind the corner. I was frozen in said armchair from 1 a.m. to 5 a.m., staring down the hall, too scared to go to my room. I get that.
Been there.
My third ghost has been with me since I was little. He's a big, fat, orange tabby named Charles. Oh. His name is Charles, never Charlie. When I called him by Charlie, I ended up with cat scratches down my legs.
Oh.
So Charles, not Charlie. Certainly not Chaz.
Ooh.
Right.
God.
Don't scratch
Never
anybody for that.
Chaz.
No one's saying, we're not saying that, Charles.
We're saying not to call you that.
Not to
so
call you that.
We're on your side.
We're
here,
on your side.
Charles.
Back to our tale. Ghost number 1. I swear they hide behind my bookshelves, but they enjoy the cold opens that Michael does with the more somber and chilling tones. When I pause the podcast in the middle of a cold open to go and help my grandfather or to get ready for work or any other reason, they have a tantrum. They'll hide things in my room, trip me, and pull my hair or prank me in some other way.
Leave it to my fans to hide behind bookshelves.
So true. And be dead. Sorry.
Zing!
Zoom! The worst they've done to me while listening to your podcast was when I was re-listening to the very first episode, and I nodded off since it was around 3 a.m. They rudely snatched my sheets off me and pulled off my left sock. I know I didn't toe it off or one of my cats remove it because I watched it get pulled off my foot while a dark hand held my leg down.
Ugh.
I threw a pillow at it and my other sock before going back to sleep, mumbling curses at it and threatening... Oops.
Threatening to make noise.
Threatening to make noise. And threatening to have them exorcised. Wow, Michael.
I'm just saying, you know what? I love all my fans. Even the ones who are dead.
Please
or otherworldly.
Stop. Tell him to leave Mary alone.
Hey, y'all. Give Mary a break, please. I really appreciate that you love the cold open, my style of cold open,
right.
Which is just kind of,
very bassy.
Very, very, very bassy. Maybe that's it. They don't care for the content. They just like the bassy.
Not true. That can't possibly be true.
Well, I'm just saying, it's like maybe they don't understand or like, I don't know.
No, they definitely understand.
Yeah, probably. They're like, when's he going to talk? I wonder if they're going to blush. I wonder if they're blushing right now because I'm talking
Mary,
about
look for the
them.
shadow figure and see if it's blushing.
But leave her alone, you guys. Not just cool. Come on. Ghost. Actually, it's a little cool because it gives us stories we can talk about. So, you do you, boo.
Ghost number 2 is more historical and likes the more historical episodes. I can hear their feet running quickly when this is zoomy. When some shocking information is revealed, I can imagine them doing circles outside my door as they listen in. They have a nasty habit of kicking my door when an episode finishes so they can hear the next one.
Wow.
That's incredible. This is so crazy.
You can't buy marketing like that.
I know. Charles, the cat, sits next to me when I listen to your show. I can see his little ghost paws leave imprints on my bed and the small divot form when he lays down. He seems to like the sound of Jamie's voice since I can feel him purr when she talks.
Aww.
Yay!
So
love you,
get the
Charles.
pretty cat.
Who's a good kitty? You're a good kitty.
Charles is the best
Charles
kitty.
is a good kitty. Just you are. Anyway, and I know it won't be. Oh, okay. So I can feel her when she talks, and I know it won't be one of my actual alive cats because they are too busy sleeping or eating to bother with us and our Ghoul Intentions time. Charles also will walk on my keyboard to skip episodes he doesn't find interesting. So I have to wait until I'm at work to listen to those episodes without having to fight my keyboard and a ghost cat to hear the episode.
Everyone's a critic.
Right? Ugh. I have many more stories that I may leave another time. Please do. I'm very supernaturally sensitive. I seem so.
I get that.
I happen to work at a haunted pet resort. What the fuck? A haunted pet resort.
I didn't know those came in the haunted variety.
And ghosts and demons tend to flock to me wherever I go. Yes, Mary.
Yes, Mary. Yes.
Okay. Oh my God. Yes, Mary. Thank you if y'all read this. You're welcome. I love you both and got the pleasure to meet you both at SAC Anime. Also, this isn't relevant, but my mother refers to Jamie as the pretty lady since she met you with me at SAC and thinks you're gorgeous. Oh, thanks, Mary's mom. While Michael is known as Genji's daddy since she adores Mr. Genji.
Yep.
That's amazing. I mean,
that.
We've had people say that like spooky stuff starts happening to them when they listen, right? The more they listen, people, it's like they're more open or something like that. Mm-hmm. But to have like actual spirits in your house start to react to the podcast too, it's pretty fucking cool.
I just feel like we're tapping into a whole other fan base we didn't know was out there.
I know.
Thank you. If it's so validating when the things we're talking about like us.
Right. Yeah, I feel like if there's a way for them to subscribe and give us a great review.
I'd love it if you could give us a breakdown or list of the episodes that Charles doesn't like.
Right.
And be like
what are his favorites? Which
He's
ones?
like the ones where they don't talk about string or mice.
Thank you, Mary. Oh my God, that's the best story.
Kitty.
That's awesome. Okay, you're up.
All right, this one. Oh, it's a nice long one from Hannah. Now I met Hannah in Hawaii last week when I was there, or a week and a half ago, however long it was. Time means nothing to me anymore.
It'll be like 2.5 weeks when this comes out.
Right.
3.5.
It's
7 years ago. Earlier this year.
Back in the day.
Back in March.
And when I was doing the Ghoul Intentions panel there, having people come up and tell their story, she told this one, so she's going to share it here. It's the choking ghost of UHM, University of Hawaii. And Hannah says, I worked at the market on campus that is near the dorms. One of my coworkers had not been sleeping well, and we were discussing the reason why. It was because he was being tormented by the choking ghost, a ghost that tends to choose a victim and torment them at night by sitting on their chest and strangling them. The end of the semester arrives, and my coworker graduates. The next semester, I move into Freer Hall, one of the more coveted dorms. It's got AC. For some reason, the dorm that I moved into was one of the few that had a mirror on the back of the door. This is not standard. Sometimes students will hang a mirror up and leave it. Soon after the new semester started, I was unable to sleep. I would wake up in the middle of the night unable to breathe. I am familiar with sleep paralysis and have had my fair share of nightmares, but this was something else. I could move my arms and legs, but my chest felt like something was sitting on it, and I struggled to draw breath. Sometimes it felt like there were hands around my neck. I began to bring in any and all charms to prevent it from coming to my room. Most did not work. The only thing that seemed to work was as if someone else was in the room with me. The story that I have been told that explains the existence of the choking ghost is that there was a student that committed suicide in one of the dorms. This student was apparently very tall and very determined to leave this world. They couldn't just kick a chair out from under them, so he couldn't just kick a chair out from under himself, so he had to hold himself up. Ooh. My next two stories are quite short, but still happened. Both of them occurred my freshman year and fairly close together. The first one, I was up on the roof of Lima Tower with my then boyfriend fairly late at night, probably around 9 or 10. We were looking over at the taro patches, the loi, at the Hawaiian Studies buildings. For some reason, my attention was drawn to one of the benches near a lamp. The light from the lamp was not strong, but not super weak. And sitting on the bench was a man. I could not make out the features, but what I could make out were two things. One, I could see through him. Two, His legs faded into nothing, just like the guy in the
I know.
Maybe this guy's all over the place. As I was trying to figure out what the hell I was looking at, he looked up at me. I immediately dropped down below the wall and said to my ex, we need to leave. Something has seen me and I don't want to fuck with it. The last story occurred in my dorm room. I again lived in Lima Tower. My room was on the 3rd floor. My bed did not have a bedside table, so I used to sleep with my phone underneath my pillow. I woke up for some reason and was laying on my side. Both hands were under my face. I looked at the edge of my bed, and my phone was there, not under my pillow where it had been when I went to sleep. Then out of nowhere, it lifts up and bounces on the bed as if someone had picked it up and dropped it.
No!
As I watched this, there was a white mist standing in the middle of the room. I immediately grabbed the phone, shoved it under the pillow, grabbed my blankets, and pulled them over my face.
Smart. That's what you gotta do.
Right? We all do that. It's like, well, fuck you. I'm just going to ignore you. I hope these are useful. Yeah, she's like, yeah, this is, that was it. Those were her stories. Thank you, Hannah. Thanks for going over the choking ghost. Because I was going to talk about that when we got to the Hawaii stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, at some
that's
point.
Next episode.
Yeah. Oh, good. Because I collected a lot of stories while I was there.
Oh, good. Yeah, I can't wait to hear them.
So thank you, Hannah, and I'm glad you graduated, and that you're not there anymore being plagued by the choking ghost.
That's crazy.
Choking ghosts. I don't like them.
I don't like them either.
I don't like them. I think those are probably my least favorite kinds of ghosts. The ones that choke and scratch.
Interesting. Sorry, our choke and scratch, and then we heard the dogs start barking downstairs, and they are all crated. The alarm is not going off. There's no one in the backyard.
Weird. We'll have to go downstairs and check.
Yeah.
With the lights on, of course.
Of course. It's very creepy.
Ooh.
Stormy. I mean, she's going nuts.
She is going nuts.
I don't know if you guys can hear her, but she's barking like crazy. We should go check on her.
We should go check on her.
All right.
So we should wrap this up then.
Thank you guys for listening. GhoulIntentions.com for all of the things. Follow the Twitters. Follow the Instagrams.
Leave us reviews. Buy shirts. Take
Good
pictures of yourself
Great
in
reviews.
the shirts.
Amazing reviews. Get the shirts. Do the things. We love you guys. You're the best. And remember, it's okay to sleep with the lights on.
And his name is Charles.
Charles. That's all right. We get to be dorks.
We do?
Yeah.
That's a relief.
Yeah. We can do whatever the fuck we want.
Because we're strong, independent women.
That's right.